Ho, ho! What a wonderful time of year it is. It's my favorite time of year. I watch It's a Wonderful Life every year. Sometimes someone in my family will join me. If not, I don't care. I watch it because, I'm reminded about how grateful I am to have the life that I've got in America, the freedom we have, the blessings we have. Don't focus on the warfare out there and lose the joy that is already yours. Jesus said, I'm giving you joy and I've given you peace. The world can't take it away because the world didn't give it to you in the first place. So stay grounded and rooted in that. And I go back to my memories, My memories. Do you guys remember sugar
yes, I
sugar
do.
babies?
Oh, sugar. Yeah, sugar babies.
Sugar babies. Remember these wax lips? For those of you that are on the podcast, remember these edible wax lips? You can't see this on the podcast, but how about Chuckles, those gelatin little delicious things? I've got this really unusual thing. It's taken off like gangbusters. Remember these little wax bottles? It's like you would chew on these in school. The wax tasted terrible. They were flavorless, but you got the little liquid out of it. It's like Kool-Aid. This is called...
And don't forget the candy cigarettes.
Candy cigarette.
Can't even make those anymore.
Oh my gosh. Remember that? We used to have Lucky Lights and you sit there and make believe you were cool and had little like red food dye on one end of it and you put it in your mouth and I think you're really cool and would dissolve. All of these candies from the 1950s and 60s and going into the early 70s, all is in this decade, 2 pounds of decade candy gift box, old time gift. This is so cool. This is the original. I was saying to my staff, I said, who wants to eat these candies, man? They're like 30 years old, 40 years old. And they laughed at me. They said, no, it's the original formula. They're redoing them just as they made them then. So you could taste them like you were when you were a kid. Totally. I want you to go to lancewalnut.com/candy. Someone is going to love this for Christmas. I'm telling you, 2 pounds of this, all the candies you grew up with. Oh, I know it's not a healthy gift, but hey, come on. It's once a year. Remember those candy buttons, those little dots? Oh my gosh, back memory lane.
It's enough candy for the entire year, but they also do different decades. I don't know if you know that. So we bought your decade from when you were a kid, but like they have the 80s or 90s. So it's fun for all generations.
Just so you know.
Just so you know.
Mine may have been the best, but yours is good too. But the key is it's going to be for someone you love, spouse, family member, parents. They will dig this because it'll kick off all the memories. lancewallet.com/candy. And let's get into the sweet stuff on this broadcast. Greetings and salutations. Merry Christmas to one and to all. And Mercedes Sparks is here with me today in the studio.
I'm back.
She's back. Where were you?
Oh, yeah. I was sick last week, so I wasn't on the shows. And then before that, I think I was busy one day. I don't think I've been on in like two weeks, except for our weekend shows with Carl.
Well, we've been working furiously to cover for your absence. And, absence does make the heart grow fonder. That's what they say.
Oh, do they say that? How do you feel about that?
Well, go check your list. We have a list of wokeisms that came in today.
Oh, yeah, from Stanford.
We have to be careful to avoid offending the woke Nazis. Although that probably can't be said anymore.
Can't say Nazi.
Can't use the word Nazi. So,
yeah, it's wild. It's 13 pages of words you can't say anymore. Can't say crazy.
Can't use the word crazy anymore.
No, have to say surprising or wild. You can't say OCD. You have to say detail oriented. So there's all sorts of stuff. You can go look them up. Blind study. Can't say blind study.
Imagine
masked.
How many blind
masked study. That's ironic.
You have to use the word mask study instead.
Can't say graybeard.
And something isn't insane. It's surprised. Surprising.
You can't say walk-in. It can't be a walk-in appointment. It's a drop-in or open office.
This would surprise me. No longer can the word guru be used. So you got domain names like .com, .org, .guru, or .expert. Because the Buddhists and Hindus are offended by Americans using the word guru. So,
also, Lance, you can't say anything gender related. So chairman, chairwoman, congressman, congresswoman.
Ladies, you can't use the word ladies and gentlemen.
You can't say ladies, you have to say everyone.
I say, the heck with these. Why don't we just bury the hatchet?
No, can't say that anymore, Lance. I think we should have a powwow. No, can't say that. That's also
we
in
need
there.
a powwow with the left and just bury the hatchet.
You know, it's interesting. You can't say black hat anymore. That's under the section called institutionalized racism.
Once they start going into that realm, it's going to get a little nuttier than it is already.
Or black sheep. Can't say that. Outcast, you have to say. Let's see. Other Indian. Oh, yeah. Well, we learned this one from Seinfeld.
Well, look,
you can't say Indian giver, clearly.
Well,
you can't even say Karen anymore. Did you know that? Karen is out. You have to say demanding or entitled white woman. Stop being such an entitled white woman.
Oh, are you serious about that?
Yeah, that's right.
That's a list of, I'm sorry to say, female liberals called Karens.
Oh, you think that's what that is?
That made sure that was dealt with. Their hand went up and said, and Karen.
Yeah.
And they all nodded.
Yeah.
And they said, put that on the list.
I just think it's funny because I feel like some of these are like way worse. Like I could jokingly be like, stop being such a Karen. If I say, stop being such an entitled white woman, it just doesn't have the same little friendly jab.
Is the alternative language white woman?
Yeah, that's literally what it says.
This is the part that offends me. Because we're trying to avoid any kind of classification by skin color or gender so as to make it inclusive of all people. So if you can't say black, why is white acceptable?
Well, there are some things on here where you can't say white under the institutionalized racism, but I agree with you. But I would think that they would make the case that most quote unquote Karens in meme culture, which it's a meme term, are white women. It's like a short, like pixie cut, and I'd like to speak to your manager, finger wagging type of a meme.
I think we pretty much know who that is. But
Yes.
Maybe I'm just trying to whitewash the situation.
No, you can't say that, Lance.
All right, so let's go on with the real news, because that's stupid news, which we can't say.
This is bad too. You can't say grandfather. You have to say legacy.
Oh, isn't this good? This is good for family, for building the family legacy. Is Grandpa coming? Oh no, can't call him Grandpa, son.
What would you
His
prefer to be
name
called?
is
Legacy?
Older
Legacy
white man.
Father. Legacy father.
Legacy Father.
Sounds like Gandalf.
Look,
all right.
I got to get on with the news here. This stuff is not important. What's important to me is the fake news. The fake news is the real news I got to get to. All right, let's just get this out of the way. The CIA is somehow involved with the assassination of JFK. The nephew of JFK goes public after Tucker Carlson's insider bombshell and says the CIA's murder of my uncle was a successful coup. Can you imagine that, folks? The trauma that the United States went through with that assassination. The unthinkable is that your intelligence agencies can actually have a political agenda that can be controlling the media and the White House in such a way that they can overpower the elected officials who you think are representing you. I wonder why they didn't take Trump out, if that's the case. Is it because of the prayers of the saints? Do you think that prayer plays a big role in somehow thwarting this? Because if the CIA had a hand in the murder of John Kennedy, we know the FBI is guilty as sin. Let's go see if that's on the list of terms you can't use.
I don't think
in terms of Twitter, because they tried to cover up for the Biden laptop. They not tried to cover up. $3.5 million of FBI money was spent making sure that the Washington Post story and any other stories would be suppressed, contradicted. They even had some goofball special event in Aspen with one of those stupid think tanks, Democrat-run think tanks, in order to discuss Russian interference, focusing on the laptop as an example of protecting America from disinformation from communist Putin, not China, by the way. So all that I'm saying is the FBI and the CIA need to be reined in. Where is the cry? We got all the...
Lance, you can't say that on YouTube and Facebook. We got to stop this broadcast right now, but you better not jump ship. Go over to the podcast, lancewallnell.com/podcast to get the rest of this episode, because we are talking about I can't even say. I can't even say it. I can't. Facebook and YouTube will censor us and take us down immediately. So you got to go over right now, check it out, or go check Lance out on Rumble. Okay, those are the places to go hear the rest of this broadcast. I'm depending on you to go get this information. All right, guys, we'll see you over there.
With the instability happening in the market right now, and with inflation going up and the dollar in its seems to be in its free fall, we're watching the stock market make some terrible reckoning adjustments. And where are people going? Well, when cash is unstable, people put their money in a store of value, gold and silver and precious metals. What I didn't know till recently, and I should have known it, is that you can take your 401k and you can actually convert it and put it into an account that has silver and gold. That means that your 401k retirement savings is going to be in silver and gold. So as the dollar starts to get unstable or decline, your gold and silver value is guarding your retirement. Now, this is the tax-exempt strategy that Birch Gold can advise you on. You want to go to lancewallnut.com/Birch. Talk to one of their consultants, download their report, and learn how you can convert a 401k or your retirement plan into gold and silver accounts, secure and protect your money and have peace of mind. lancewallnut.com/Birch. Download the report, talk to the consultant. There's no obligation. That's what I'm recommending people